What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. And now Harada has finally talked a little bit about Tekken Tag free, and it's not happening. And that's a question I get all the time in my chat. Oh, do you want Tag free or Tekken 9? Main man, when do you think Tag free is going to drop? And my response is always, that is never going to happen. For various reasons, Tekken Tag free is never going to happen. And the next Tekken game is going to be called Tekken 9. Harada even confirmed, he said yet again at the event where I met him now a week ago. And he said in an interview before that me and Murray and the dev team, we have another Tekken game. We can feel it. We have energy for one more Tekken game before us old men have to retire. And he said that it's probably going to be Tekken 9. So he talked briefly with Game Reactor, I think, journalists from this Nordic gaming magazine, and they asked about, will we see Tag free in the future? And he said what I already know. So here's the quote. It's not something we're really thinking about right now, because the direction we're taking is to try to make the game enjoyable for as many people as possible. But at the same time, maybe if we added a new idea instead of tag, something like a team battle. So that's something we've had before as a game mode. Or some other twist on the current format of a game, Harada points out. It's a great game for highly skilled players, but for those who can't play it well, before they even consider whether a game is fun, they feel like it's their fault that they can't play well, so they stop playing. Harada recently said about why Tekken Tag Tournament 2 failed. Usually players think they should be able to play well, but they can't, and they keep losing, they get frustrated, and they call the game bad. Well, that's majority of Tekken community with Tekken 8 though. Harada continued. But because they're so close, they keep playing to get better. When they do, they find the game really fun again. Yeah, exactly. As soon as you start winning again. Oh, Tekken 8 is actually great. First off, I'm going to touch upon the reality of Tag 2 and what I thought about Tag 2. It's the most miserable time I ever had with a Tekken game. While we were playing Tag 2, there was actually many of us who were like, a lot of hardcores will say that everyone who is super passionate about Tekken love Tag 2. It's only the casuals that is like that. This is very far from the reality. Tag 2 meant that my brother, who had played Tekken since he was a small child, he quit Tekken. He was like, I can't stand this game. He actually nailed it within 2 weeks from the release. He said, this game is about moving around, spamming launchers, launching someone once, and then taking them to the wall with a 90% combo. And then if they manage through a Hail Mary to tag out, you just want to launch the guy coming in, the next character coming in, you just want to launch them, and that was Tag 2. It was not about small Tekken or poking. It was basically launch the opponent into 1 million damage, and with Rage, death combos were everywhere. Eddie had the most toxic move of all time. You know Kazuya's Abolishing Fist, down for 2. Imagine that move, but it's safe on block, and if it counter hits, he gets the perfect electric for free. No execution. And then he can tag in another character and it's death combo. Every second match you played in ranked had an Eddie on the team just to be able to do that attack back 1-4. Now, it's the worst time ever for me as a Tekken fan, and many of us were just waiting like, my god, can we get news on another Tekken game? Because every year with this game is just draining my life force away. So many hardcores like myself didn't like it, but the biggest problem with Tag 2 was that it didn't attract a single casual player. Not a single casual player was interested in that game. And that led to a Tekken game that was released on Xbox and PlayStation 3, doing 1.5 million sales. I think even Tekken 1 sold more. And it has to be said that even Tekken Tag 1 was not a huge commercial success. It's certainly not one of the best-selling Tekken games. I think it capped at like 3 million or something. Tag 2 was a gigantic failure, and it almost killed the Tekken franchise. Harada told me when I met him in 2019 But he had to do multiple meetings with board of directors at Bandai Namco because Murray and him had low standing in the company after the massive failure of Tag 2. But he had to yet again ask for the trust to please, can we make another Tekken game? And he did multiple presentations personally where he talked about the new direction he wanted to take Tekken, and this is what we're going to focus on. And then they made Tekken 7. And they made so many adjustments to make a new dynamic game that felt like cool to a lot of people and a larger audience. And they certainly nailed it. You know, Tekken 7 saved the franchise and then some. It's actually currently at 12 million sales. And anytime you play Tekken 8 and you see the budget on screen, that's Tekken 7 that made that a reality. When you see Unreal Engine 5 and the graphics and story mode. When I play Tekken 7 now, after Tekken 8, I feel like, shit, I really don't like this game that much. But you will always have to respect the game so much for what it did for us. You know, it saved us. But of course, I still consider it the best Tekken game after Tekken 8. It's still an amazing game. First off, I don't know how realistic it would be for Harada, even if he wanted, say he wanted to make a new tag game, he would have to go to the board of directors of Bandai Namco and say, oh yeah, you know that Cash Kryptonite Tag 2? We want to try that again. Okay, so that game was a huge commercial failure, almost killed your franchise, but you want to try it again. Yeah. Oh, and how did the first Tag 1 do? Didn't do a whole lot of business. Only Sweats wanted to play that as well. It's like the track record almost makes it impossible, right? Even if he wanted to. But now even Harada himself acknowledges that we want a vast pool of players playing these games, obviously. We want more people to get into Tekken, and it's like Tag has just never worked in that sense. And from a casual player's perspective, this is also something Harada said. It's like, you'd think that people are like super hype about the tag idea and that you can play as a team. You have to choose 2 characters. But he said that most people actually, when they look at Tekken or a fighting game, they look at one character. It's one character they like and they wanna use. Most people have one favorite character, and I just want to play that character. That again just works against the tag format. And then Harada elaborated by saying, but so we added in tag that you can play solo. So we wanted to add that. If you only like Jin, well, you can play as Jin alone, and you get a beefed up solo state. But the problem was, now you have to go up against 2 characters. Tekken is difficult enough. But imagine playing as a casual and 2 Tekken characters with 100 moves each are changing in and out like this, and you gotta keep track of 2 matchups at the same time. What do I punish? What string? It's just, Tag 2 is the hardest Tekken game ever made for the basic fact that you're looking at 2 characters at the same time, jumping in and out. You know, and you gotta keep track of 2 matchups. And it just immediately becomes like way, way, way too complicated. So casuals did not like that, did not appreciate that. And that's basically what he's saying here with, you know, quite a few words, that the tag format just benefited Giga Sweat. Was not fun for casuals. And also, a lot of people just disliked the combo-heavy nature of the game. With Tag Assault, you could do like almost infinity combos into, 90% damage. Death combos were everywhere. And again, this was before Tekken 7, where you were super vulnerable in that game in back rolls. During a back roll, basically every character could refloat you or just bound you when you were back rolling. So a lot of casuals actually found themselves stuck in infinite combo loops. Just combo, spike, refloat, combo, and no one wanted to play. So yeah, I just wanted to, in this video, mention that Harada has finally talked a little bit about a potential tag free, but it's like, the odds of it happening are like microscopic. Reviving that spin-off is just like, it has everything going against it. This is something I, with just common sense, felt like you're never gonna get a tag free, but so now we see Harada himself say that don't get your hopes up for that. So you're gonna have Tekken 8 now for about 10 years from what I understand, and then when I'm fucking 50 years old, we're gonna get Tekken 9. Nice. But so yeah, just some information on that, and yeah, hope you guys have a nice day. Take care.